This is May 19th, 2023. We're in Westside Park here today, and we are here for the memorial for our fallen police officers in Champaign. So stay tuned for the service. It's a little windy out there, but hopefully you will be inspired by this service.
Champaign Police Department, our three fallen heroes will never be forgotten. Officer Thomas Scott, in the watch, July 6, 1913. Officer Robert Tapman, in the watch, November 25th, 1967. And Officer Christopher Oberheim, in the watch, May 19, 2021. At this time, we will have our invocation led by Pastor Endora Jenna. Dan is the son of fallen police officer, CPD officer Robert Tapman. Also joining is Amber Oberheim, the wife of fallen CPD officer Chris Oberheim, and members of her family, including his daughter, Avery, Addison, Aubrey, Hannah, and her husband, his mother, Marianne, his brother, Greg, Matt, Joe, and their families, his grandmother, Betty, his sister, Amy, and her family, his niece, Kelsey, and her family. Thank you all for joining us today. Please know that while we have just one single ceremony every year, these fallen heroes are always in our hearts. We now welcome the Honorable Deborah Frank Fonda, Mayor of the City of Champaign, to read a proclamation.
So whereas the Congress and President of the United States had designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. And whereas the members of the Champaign Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of Champaign's residents and visitors. And whereas, in the spirit of police and community relations, it is important to bring our police department and our citizens together to learn and share about the duties, responsibilities, tools, and talents of our law enforcement agency. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement agency, and that members of our law enforcement agency recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, and by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression. And whereas the men and women of the Champaign Police Department unceasingly provide a vital public service. Now therefore I, Deborah Frank Finan, Mayor of the City of Champaign, Illinois, call upon all citizens of Champaign and upon all patriotic, civic, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 14th through May 20th, 2023 as National Police Memorial Week, with appropriate ceremonies and observances in which all of our people may join in commemorating law enforcement officers past and present who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I further call upon citizens of Champaign to observe Monday, May 15th, 2023 as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those law enforcement officers who through their courageous deeds have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their community or have become disabled in performance of their duty. And let us recognize and pay respect to the survivors of our fallen heroes.
Thank you, Erica. We come together today to pay tribute to these extraordinary and exemplary men who have took a solemn oath to support the Constitution of the state of Illinois and to faithfully discharge their duties of their office to the best of their abilities. These men gave their word, and they gave more than what we could ever ask for. We will carry their memories with us forever. We dedicate ourselves every year to their exemplifying life and their noble legacy. Their courage carries forward in the current men and women of the Champaign Police Department. These brave men and women devote themselves every day to the vital task of public safety, forfeiting precious time with their loved ones so that their neighbors and the citizens of Champaign could live in peace and security. On behalf of myself, the city of Champaign, and our great Champaign community, thank you for your commitment, thank you for your resilience, and thank you for your daily sacrifice. I am proud to serve as your chief. I now invite Deputy Chief Kevin Olmstead, Deputy Chief Kuhn, and Deputy Chief Petrelli to come forward and recount the stories of the end of watch for our amazing public service.
Officer Thomas Dodsworth. On July 6, 1953, Chief A.U. Keller and Patrolman Thomas Dodsworth went to a house on North Market Street in Champaign, Illinois, in order to arrest two suspects. Those suspects resisted arrest and began firing their weapons upon the officers. In the ensuing gun battle, Thomas Dodsworth was killed.
Officer Robert Tatman. On November 25th, 1967, Officer Robert L. Tatman radioed headquarters saying he had a car stop on Church Street near Mattis Avenue. At 1:09 a.m., a passing motorist used the squad car radio to report that an officer had been shot and was lying on the ground in front of his squad car. Units responded and found Officer Tatman mortally wounded. An ambulance transported Officer Tatman to Mercy Hospital in Urbana, where he succumbed to his injuries. No perpetrator has ever been apprehended for this crime.
Officer Chris Oberheim. On May 19, 2021, Officers Christopher Oberheim and Jeffrey Creel were dispatched to an apartment complex on North Neal Street for a reported domestic dispute. Upon arrival, the officers contacted a male sitting in a vehicle in front of the dispatched address. The male ignored orders from both officers, began to exit the vehicle, and initiated a struggle with officers. The male pulled out a handgun and started firing numerous rounds at both officers. Both officers were struck by gunfire, fatally wounded Officer Oberheim.
May their names always be held in our hearts. Our officers in the community they serve. I want to thank every one of you who joined us for this ceremony. We thank our community for their continued partnership, prayers, and support for the police who protect and serve our community every day. This completes today's program. I invite each of you to join us for the Champaign County Police Memorial Ceremony at the Champaign County Courthouse in Urbana. This program begins shortly at 10 a.m. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless this great nation.
Okay, I'm here this morning with Mayor Deb Finan of Champaign. Deb, can you give us a little hike? I can't even say it.
Well, we're here today for the Police Memorial. It's Police Memorial Week across the nation. For us, it happens to also fall on the second anniversary of the death of Officer Oberheim, so that makes it more poignant and more important here in Champaign. We also recognize Officers Dodsworth and Tatman, who also tragically were killed in the line of duty.
Thank you, Deb. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
So this brings us to the end of the ceremony today. We're so sad for our fallen today. We're blessed, though, that we are able to recognize all of them today. This is ChampaignRose.com.
Are safe, and it's pretty difficult sometimes, and sometimes we are afraid. But to have everyone come out and support us, it really re-energizes us to go out there, put on a badge, and get back to work to protect our neighbors and families.
I know.
Glad everyone could attend the service today for our fallen police officers in Champaign, Illinois at Westside Park. Hope you enjoyed this video and can remember and give prayers and blessings for all those who have fallen. This is Champagne Rose or Rose Price.